It's October the 14th, 2023. I decided to start creating content, and I am going to go back to September the 7th, 2021. I'd been on Maui for 4 months, and me and my guitar went out there, and Kihei is the name of the song that I wrote on September the 7th, 2021. While I was out there, it was a very special place to me. So at the end of this, I'm gonna play my little song. Let's just talk a little bit about Maui. Probably one of my favorite things that I did. Drove the road to Hana all the way around the east side, because it's a valley isle. So there's Haleakala on one side, then there's the West Maui Mountains on the other side. So driving around the east side, Haleakala, is the famous road to Hana. Many folks go to Hana and turn around. My roommate and I decided to go all the way around, which was pretty much an all-day affair. Black sand beach, and what makes that black sand is those volcano rocks just turning into sand by Mother Nature. Road to Hana, one of the most beautiful things that I had seen. Rainforest. So on these mountains, there'll be one side that is tropical or a jungle, and there'll be one side that is a desert. So the west side of the mountains is a desert. The east side of the mountains is the wetlands, and Hana would be on that east side. Big, tall waterfalls, bridges that have been there, I don't know, long time. Old one-lane road. It gets very, very dangerous driving around all the way around either side, Haleakala or the West Maui Mountains, because there is no guardrail, and it is a one-lane road for many miles. So if anybody's coming around the curve real quick, an accident would mean you fall off the mountain into the ocean. I would not recommend it. I did not know what I was getting into, but am glad that we got to take that trip. I mean, waterfalls, just hundreds of feet waterfalls. Before I left, I got to see Jaws, which is a famous spot for big waves. I think the waves were 25, 30-foot waves. While right before I left to come home early this year, in January, the winter is when the waves are the biggest. So I got to see 30-foot waves coming in at Jaws. You have to park up at the road, and then it is like an hour walk down there, unless you have a Jeep or some type of truck that can get in and out of there, because the water goes down the road, so there's erosion, and it is a difficult road to drive. My Civic Goldilocks would not make the cut, so I took the hour-long hike. Nice hike. Very glad I did it. One of my favorite things to do was to bring my guitar, Luna, and go watch the surfers. I had an injured shoulder. I did get to surf. I got to stand up. I stood up twice, but my injury wouldn't let me paddle. So I do plan on learning to surf one day. There is nothing like standing up on a surfboard when you've been sitting out there waiting for a wave to come on in. And it just grabs, that wave just grabs that board. It can't really be explained. So on the west side, Honolulu Bay was a nice little spot. There's a place where you can park real up high and kind of look down, which was a neat little spot. And they have a little like fruit stand at the bottom. It's surfers get their little minivans and they do the things, and they just stay there to kind of do what they want. And Honolulu Bay, very beautiful place. Closer to my house was on the, I guess more the north side or the east side, Ho'okipa. Ho'okipa was a great place to watch the sunrise. So they have the Ho'okipa beach at the bottom, and then there's a parking lot towards the top of Ho'okipa where there's a parking lot, and then you can kind of, there's a parking lot and you can kind of sit up there and look down and watch the surfers. And immediately next to the parking lot is a cow pasture. And generally, if I would wake up before sunrise to go out there and play the guitar and watch the sun come up, those cows would always come over there and they would come close. So that was something that I enjoyed doing. Getting there while it was still dark and grabbing my guitar, and the cows would be on the other side of the pasture, who knows where, and just sit there and play away and to watch those cows just kind of come closer. And because a sunset is a beautiful thing, and it happens kind of quickly. A sunrise, the oranges and just the way that it comes all over the sky it's a little different. I'm not going to say better or worse, but there's something special about watching those sunrises for me at Ho'okipa, which was right past Paia. I found it on Google, and you can definitely believe everything you find on the internet, that Paia is the most hippie town of all of Hawaii. And I believe it. Really neat old town to go walk through. The famous Charlie's is in Paia. It's no longer open. COVID shut it down. But that would be the bar that Willie Nelson was more involved with. So kind of a historical spot when it got shut down. And it was time to start opening things up after COVID. The owner of the building didn't want to put the money in it to restore it, so Charlie's just kind of never ever happened again. And before that would be Baldwin Beach. Baldwin Beach would be where I would go running. If I went for a run on the beach, I would go to Baldwin Beach, a very local beach, and which was really long. And Baby Beach, no, it wasn't Baby Beach. What'd they call it? Is it Baby Beach? I think they did. I forget. They may have called it Baby Beach. They may not have. But there's a big rock, and it's where new moms would bring their kids to the beach when they were little, and it was just a little safe spot on the other end of Baldwin Beach. Get to Baldwin Beach, take a left, go all the way to the end, and there's a place where mamas would have their little babies versus the waves just coming crashing in and them having to worry about their babies. They could go down there to Baby Beach. On the other end of Baldwin Beach, the turtles would come up to sleep at night. So, maybe 5 or 25 turtles would be there every night sleeping. As the sun went down, they'd start swimming up and park on the beach. And on Friday night, the drum circle was always there. So you'd go out there, everybody would bring their little bongos, and the cute little hippie girls would be out there dancing. The fire dancers would come out there often. So I made sure that I went to go see the drum circles quite a few times over there, Baldwin Beach, on Friday nights. A lot of fun. But what this song is about is sitting in Kihei just going through this island and learning all these things and exploring and having fun, living all alone, I found Kihei, and I would sit over there in Kihei, like on the Cam beaches, and you could see the west side of the island from Kihei. And so when you look on the West Maui Mountains from Kihei, to the left would be Lahaina, the town that burned down here in 2023, which was dry, desert. And you would look to the right, and it would be the east side of the West Maui Mountains, and it was lush and green and gorgeous. That would be, and the windmills were right there in the middle. So you could just almost see a clear line of how different the same set of mountains could be. And those windmills in the middle just powering things up. I decided to write this song because life had been dry, it had been beaten up by the sun, life been soaking wet and drowning, and I came up with this. Jungle on the one side, desert on the other, windmills in the middle overlook the ocean. But ain't that what life's like? Ain't that what life's like? And it's hard to live when you're soaking wet in that sun. Well, it will beat you to death. Help me miss the landmines, ride the windmills, see the views, and cash the checks. Ain't that what life's like? Ain't that what life's like? Oh, I'm not bitching, I'm just tripping, you know. You've been there before. And you cry and hide, you die inside, pick up the pieces, get off the floor. And storms and rain, December came, and the grass is green on the west side. And flowers bloom, the sun and rain, the pain of change, beats staying the same. Ain't that what life's like? Ain't that what life's like? Jungle on the one side, desert on the other, windmills in the middle overlook the ocean.